Hello everyone and welcome back to Ultimate Fox Simulator. So, we are here with Comet and our newest member of the, what would you call them? They're not quite a proper skulk, but they're I guess, they're kind of a skulk, kind of a pack. They're more just a group of loners traveling together, but our newest member of this little group is Eve, and, last time it was a little bit interesting because we had some interesting visual glitches, and I'm still not sure how much of it was visual or not, but I decided in the end to go off of Eve's name, and so I did proper set her gender to female, and she is going to end up being an eligible mate for either of these two. So we're going to have to see how all of this works out. And it looks like both of them have some quests here, so we can get some feathers. And what did you have a quest? Yeah, you do have a quest. Will you let me see your quest? Probably not. She's being very mysterious right now. She has something she wants to. There we go. There we go. And we should challenge the walrus. Okay, that sounds pretty dangerous, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So also, this is the last episode of this season, and we will be going on break after this. How do I get out of here? Here we go. Oh, that's a wolf. So there's wolves right out here. We're going to go the other way then. But yeah, so this is going to be the last episode of this season. Don't worry, we will be back to visit our foxes at some point in the future, just not for a little while. And we'll have to see where we end up when things when we come back to them. But for now, we're going to go ahead and finish off the season with these guys. Now, this is where things could get a little bit interesting. Is that just one of our foxes? Please tell me that's one of our foxes. If not, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. That is not one of our foxes, I don't think. I'm a little concerned now. Is that? Oh, it might be. Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought, because they're for a second, their name tags weren't showing up, or not their name tags, their status bars weren't showing up, and that concerned me a little bit. That, however, those are not. And those are not some of our foxes. We're going to fight them because they shouldn't be here on our territory. Let's fight here. I'm going to actually back off. This is a very strong fox. All right, let's keep making sure we're backing away as need be. I think we should be able to do this. And remember, whenever in this series that we do happen to kill a fox, we're not actually eating it. We're just taking some food the fox had on it and eating that to get a little bit of extra experience. But yeah, so Eve's presence here is going to make things a little bit interesting because up until now, Jedrek and Comet have had no real reason to compete. But now, Eve is going to be a potential mate for one of them, and at some point here, she will end up becoming one of their mates, but we're going to have to see who that's going to be, and this could very well be the thing that ends up dividing them and determining whether Comet, this will probably end up being the thing that determines how Comet sets off on his own, because it's extremely unusual for male foxes to stay together for any length of time, so even the fact that they're here is pretty uncommon, and so it's not something that was meant to last, but we'll have to see whether it turns out to be a thing where they part on good terms, or whether they end up being, well, downright hostile towards each other. It's probably going to depend on how things work out. And whether or not Eve will become Jedrek's mate or whether she'll become Comet's mate is another thing that we have to see. Or maybe it'll be neither. Maybe she'll decide she doesn't like either one of them and just be like, nah, I'm out of here. We'll have to see. But a lot of that may happen in the next season. It's just going to depend on how things go here. But we'll be watching closely just to see how things transpire over this last episode. And then you guys will have a while to tell me what you guys think should happen. Because we will be going on season break after this. So, oh my goodness, they just like both vaulted over my head there. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna head this way, I think. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit interesting, and this is where the true test is going to occur. We're gonna have to see how this all may work out. And it could be pretty interesting. Alright, we're going to try and catch this raccoon if we get the chance. Yep, we did get him. Okay. Well, we do have to fight him, but... Alright, we got him. And we can have a little bit more of a snack here. We're doing pretty well with leveling up. I think we're up to level 16 here, it looks like. And so that's pretty good. We're not going to be changing Jedrek's coat further. This is the looks we'll be keeping for him this time. And for now, I don't think we're going to change either of the others as well. That'll probably come with if Eve ends up staying. And I don't think we'll change Comet's coat just because ultimately he won't be staying with us. Now, I don't know. We'll have to see how things work out here because there are some interesting possibilities that could come from this, and it's going to depend on a lot of things. But we'll see how it all works out because depending on how this goes down, it could lead to some interesting possibilities. So we'll have to see here. But for now, we're going to go ahead and eat from this carcass as well and try and get a little bit of food from that. And I think this will help us quite a bit. And we don't have, because we're not to level 20 yet, we don't have the experience booster. We only have Mark of the Cheetah, which can be activated. Both of these are good. We have Mark of the Wolf and Mark of the Cheetah. Both of those are pretty good. Oh yeah, we should see if we have any upgrades. Let's actually check that. So we do have a point here. What happens if we boost intelligence? That boosted critical hit and dodge. Okay. And, okay, we can get the instant heal. And we checked there. We do have an upgrade here as well, and that looks good to me. Alright, some of them are off. They're barking at something, so I wonder if they've seen something or if they're just making sure we're keeping up. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit interesting. We'll probably end up at some point here in confrontation with a larger creature, as does tend to happen over the course of the series. And that's when I'm really going to be looking to see what happens. We also have to be pretty careful because since this is the last episode of the season, I don't know how we'd handle any sort of dice rolling if we didn't get it, like if it ended up having to have an overlap, like if we had something that was unresolved by the end of the episode, I don't know how we'd handle that because, I mean, let's face it, this is the end of the season. Would we just leave that overlap indefinitely, or would we have to say there might be a more serious consequence to it because it occurs at the end of the season? I suppose we'll see if it happens at all, and I certainly hope it won't because it's not a decision I want to be faced with, but it is a possibility, and we have to keep that option in mind, and that, I guess not option, but that potential in mind, because if something did happen, I don't know what we would do with that. Now, I'm not going to try and make it happen, certainly, but it's not out of the question. We do need to be a little bit careful because that could lead to some pretty bad consequences if we don't watch our step. All right, let's fight this rat. You can't one-shot them, but they generally don't do enough damage to be any real threat. So that's pretty good. And I think, so far Jedrek is our highest level fox as well. And I'm not going to work on leveling any of the others up. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to level them up at this point in time because we don't know if they'll be staying or not. Comet certainly won't. And Eve may or may not, depending on if she decides to choose one of these two as her mate. And if she chooses Comet, of course she won't be staying, and she might not choose to pick either one of them at all. And so, in that case, we're not going to invest a lot of level work into either of them because until we know for sure if Eve is staying or not, it's not going to be worth it. Oh, there's some deer. These guys are pretty good experience, I think, and we should be able to take some of them down, I hope. Here's the farm as well. This is a really good place to be leveling up, although it's not quite as crucial that Jedrek level up as it has been, say, for Eclipse, because with Eclipse we're actually trying to get... Oh my gosh, that's weird. With Eclipse we're actually trying to get the other coat unlocked, but with these guys, like we're trying to unlock that with Eclipse, but with these guys we aren't really, because this is the coat we're going to be keeping for Jedrek. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, there we go. We can fight this deer. Not a bad amount of experience either. And so far it seems like everybody's on pretty good terms. They're all coming together and banding together to help. And it doesn't seem like there's a huge amount of animosity or anything between them, which is good news because that would be bad if we started seeing a lot of fighting within the group or anything like that. I mean, we're not going to actually see that, but like they won't actually fight each other because that's not in the game. But we could see, for example, if they seem to not be helping, or one seems to be helping one more than the other, or whatnot, then that could definitely have an effect on how this kind of stuff is going to work out. So we'll probably see a lot more of that more interesting dynamic developing in the start of the next season, because, well, I'm sure we'll have a few introductory episodes, because if you think about it, I mean, Eclipse and Sora haven't found mates either, and so I'm sure we'll get some chances to see that development happening, but yeah, we'll have to see how it all works out. I'm very curious to see. So you guys will have to tell me what you think, if you're noticing anything either way, and what you might be noticing if you do see anything, if anything does catch your eye about these guys' behavior and what it might mean, then definitely post that in the comments, because I would like to know what you guys think, and I will be taking that into account for when we come back to this series. Also, make sure that if you haven't done so already, that you go vote in the poll, because before we come back to our Red Fox family, we're going to be running a season with either a Fennec Fox family or an Arctic Fox family, and that's going to depend on which one you guys choose. So, we'll have to see. But it's going to be up to you guys. We have that poll running, and it has been pretty close, so you never know. Your vote may be the deciding one, so definitely make sure you go vote in that if you haven't already. That's going to run until our next season of Ultimate Fox Simulator, but I'm not 100% positive of when that will be. We're gonna give this series a break and run some other series in the meantime, and we'll be giving this one a bit of a rest for a while. We won't be jumping straight in with a new type of fox. We'll be playing something else in the meantime. And that's the other thing, is if you guys have a series that you would like to see us introduce to this time slot in the meantime, then definitely let me know. And think about series that we've had that have run 3 days out of the week, because we will be doing another 3-day series starting next week. And I will be looking to you guys to see what you want to see me play. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll fight this skunk. We might be able to chase down and catch the other one, but I'm not sure. For now, at least one is going to be a good thing. But yeah, so definitely let me know if you guys have any ideas in that respect, because I'm going to be looking for your feedback on which series we should be visiting next. So, oh my goodness, we're kind of stuck on top of the skunk. Oh my goodness, that was kind of funny. Alright. We are actually almost up to level 17, so that is very, very good. And we'll probably, I don't know 100% how I'm going to run this for next time, but what we'll probably end up doing is we'll have 1 or 2 fox cubs per division of the family, I guess you would say, and then maybe we'll choose one to follow, well, because we can't probably follow both, but we'll probably choose one from each to follow. And when we do that, then we'll choose one or the other to follow. I don't know if we'll end up having a full 3, because that can take a while to get up to the required levels and such, except maybe with Eclipse, but we'll see how far each fox gets, I think, and over the course of the next season. So that's just a little bit of information ahead of time for what we might see for the next time. Oh, there are so many crows here, my goodness. Crows or ravens? These are probably crows, because they seem fairly small in comparison to these foxes, but in any case, they are a good source of a little bit of experience if you can happen to chase them down. Okay, let's see. Oh, we missed. There we go. Ah! We keep missing. Oh no, we still didn't get him. Alright, we just have to get his attention. There we go. He'll turn around and face us once we, when we actually get close enough. They do turn around. Actually, the beak reminds me more of a raven, but I don't really know. In any case, they are distinct, but they're fairly similar in many ways. And in a game like this, you're not going to see much of that distinction. Oh, and we have leveled up. But yeah, there is a difference between ravens and crows, and they actually tend to live in different places. So, for example, where I live, we have ravens, but we don't really have crows. And ravens are notably a lot larger. They are closely related, but they're also very distinct as well. So there is a separation between them, and they don't always overlap. But yeah, that's one thing here that it's a little bit hard to tell the difference in a game like this. So let's head this way, I think, a little bit more. And especially with this game, we don't actually have, like, it's set in a fictional world. It's not set in any specific geographical location. We don't have, like, for example, Wolf Quest. We know it's set in Yellowstone National Park. That's a specific place with specific wildlife in the real world. And so with something like that, we could go and look and we could see, well, are there ravens in Yellowstone? Are there crows in Yellowstone? And if there's only one, well, then we would know which one it is for sure. But with a game like this, where it's set in a fictional environment, well, there's not any of that indication. What is even happening here? I'm very, very confused. This deer is broken. This deer is very broken. Yeah, something is very, very wrong with this deer. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't quite know what, but something was not quite right about that deer. Something had gone very wrong. Hopefully it's not sick. Hopefully it's not going to make us do that, because that was rather terrifying. All right. We'll make our way over this way. And I don't think I'm going to have them fight the walrus this time. We might do that in the future. What's up here? Oh, that's another fox. Okay. I think we're going to face down this fox because, yeah, again, it's swimming across the land? I'm real confused, you guys. I am real confused. But this fox looks more like us than anything, and we know none of the other foxes really look like that. And so we're going to take this fox down. There we go. And again, not actually eating the fox, just taking whatever food it happened to be carrying at the time to get that little bit of extra experience. Also, there's a fish on land, but that's such a common occurrence in this game that I'm not even surprised anymore. But yeah, let's see. Oh, there's a moose. There's several moose, actually. There's also another carcass. I'm going to eat the carcass first, and then we'll go after the moose and try and take them down. And foxes don't hunt moose in real life. I think I forgot to say that yesterday, or not yesterday, but last time we hunted a moose in this game, and people called me on it. But, yeah, foxes don't actually do this. This is just part of the game. It's not something that you would see happen in real life. Alright, oh boy. Alright, and they're coming to our aid. Here we go. But yeah, it's not something you would see happening in real life, but because it's not a realistic game, it is something that we see happen here. We kind of just, oftentimes with games like this, we kind of just roll with the craziness. We kind of just take whatever the game throws at us, even if it's a little bit unrealistic sometimes. Is there any more wild creatures around here? Oh, that's a bear. That is a bear. Is it only one bear? Because if it's only one bear, it might be worth going after. Actually, well... I want that carcass. Are they still following us? They're following us. I want that carcass, but I don't want to get in trouble with a bear. Especially not this late in the episode, you guys. This is exactly what I was talking about. If something bad happens here... Oh, he's leaving. Okay, we're gonna run in and steal this carcass. Because we get in trouble this late in the episode, there's no telling what could happen. Alright, they're catching up. And I am really, really worried he's gonna come back. Nope, we got it. Okay. But yeah, so if something happens this late in the episode, who knows what might end up happening. We would have to make some very tough decisions if things happen to go wrong. So we want to be pretty cautious. Oh, there's frogs. Okay, let's eat these mushrooms. And that is something that Jedrek really, really likes. He really likes his frogs. Oops, if we can actually catch them. Is he leaving? He's leaving. Okay. But yeah, Jedrek really likes his frogs, and I imagine he goes pouncing around after them. But yeah, that's pretty much his favorite food in this game is these frogs here. He likes to pounce after them and have some frog legs for dinner. And then there are pigs here, but we gotta be kind of careful with them because these guys can be pretty tough. Alright, there we go. We can perfect pounce them though. Alright, and it's actually raining. I'm listening carefully, you guys. I don't hear a tornado, though. I'm listening real carefully because we've had those sneak up on us before. Even though that sounds a little weird to have a tornado sneak up on you. In this game, they can form very suddenly and with very little warning, and then suddenly it's, oh my gosh, there's a tornado right in front of me. So we want to... Okay, I thought for a second I heard it, but I said I was going to say we want to be really careful, because I thought for a second I heard one forming, but, yeah, no, I was just imagining things, and it wasn't. Alright, that's just a rat. We'll go ahead and eat this carcass. I don't feel like chasing those guys down immediately, so they'll probably end up running for the hills. And I think we'll eat this mushroom here as we go. Alright. But here we are. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and... What is that? That's just like a... That's a raccoon, I think. I think so. Oh, hey. Eve is, like, almost trying to snatch that away from us. She almost just, like, straight up tried to steal it. She was kind of... It looked like she was pushing us and trying to grab it almost. I don't know if that bodes too well, but I don't know. What do you guys think is happening there? We'll have to see. We'll have to see what you guys think that means, and we'll have to see more of what pans out at the start of next season. We'll have to see how it all works out. But for now, I think it is about time to wrap up the episode and for this story to draw to a close for a little while. Don't worry, you guys. We will be back with Jedrek and his little band of foxes, and with the rest of the family as well, at least with Eclipse and with Sora, and find out what they're going to get up to. But for now, we do have to end this off here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.